Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to 22 Panels. And I'm not even going to give much of an introduction. I'm just going to kick it to Phil and say that we are 22 panels no more.
22 panels no more. Now we are a Die Actual Play podcast. This is going to be a little unconventional week. We are finding our rhythm. This is our fourth episode. Jonathan had to take care of a sick kid today, so it is the Three Musketeers of Ted, Peter, and I. And yeah, we're gonna have some adventures, all right. But before we pass out the dice, I just wanted to ask, sometimes the players are like the first audience. So I wanted to check in. Things got a little weird last time, and now there's officially a gap between what you know about the story and what your characters know about the story. So how do you find yourselves navigating that right now?
Um, Excellent question. How are we navigating the gap between the what we know and what our characters know? I mean, I always try to just sort of, take the perspective of what does my character know and understand and run with that. I know that can be hard sometimes, and metagaming is certainly a thing, but always try to lean on doing what would be done without uh, outer world context, right?
It's one of
I
those
don't
you
know if that
can.
was the answer you were looking for, Phil, but
No, it's any answer. There's no wrong answers at this point. This is I would even phrase it as the possibility for tactically beneficial bleed.
Yeah,
You know.
I'll say, as the fool, I have no idea what's going on. As the non-fool, I just pulled up the as of yet still unpublished because I'm
Hmm.
behind. I'm behind on updating the blog, but blog entry that Phil wrote to, and literally I should have like pulled this up yesterday
Hmm.
or even earlier this morning, and I literally just pulled it up. So I'm reading
Hmm.
um where we left off as we
Where we
speak.
left off. That's, you know, there's flying by the seat of your pants, and then there's leading by the seat of your pants. So
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
can do both here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's funny that you mentioned that sometimes it's a shock as a participant in the podcast that you're expected to remember things about the podcast. Sometimes it's difficult as a writer to remember things that you have written. So I would be very interested
well,
to know
well,
what's
I,
on
I
that document.
definitely understand that one, Phil.
Oh yeah.
There was a game of Pathfinder I was running not too long ago, well, I guess a couple years ago now,
Hmm.
and had all those things planned out. And we had like consistent sessions going, and then like all of a sudden, like we had non-consistent sessions, like
Mm,
we had large gaps in time. I totally forgot everything that I was writing and couldn't remember where the heck I was going.
goodness. That's at least I want to assure any patient and you know honorable blessed listeners out there, we love you so much.
Hi, Adam. Happy belated birthday.
Yep, and we just I want to let you know as the DM here is that yes, we are going somewhere. Yes, this is getting weird, but it is still within intentional weird as opposed to unintentional weird. Um, it honestly the real rails are going to come off three sessions down the line. So this is we are calling our shots here just a little bit. And talking of prep, that's one reason why I'm glad. Like, okay, I've learned after the first session, I had like sort of a flood of okay, here's the next six session plan. Now in continuing to write out that plan and nail things down, we are waiting to have productive prep the week of, as opposed to 3 weeks out and then trying to remember what that prep was. So, we've got lore, we've got story, we've got NPCs, we're ready to go. Um, so I guess the to resume the actual question is so what do you think is I mean I guess we could probably get into the episode because we kind of confirm, for our characters at least what
Oh no, what's your question, Phil? Come on.
Oh, well, it was something like what do you think's happening? What do you think's going on? What's the plot? Where do you think this might go? Any predictions?
Well, let's start with where we've been. It
Hmm.
seems like we started out with some middle-aged people getting together to play a game after, 20 years or so of separation.
Hmm.
Um, I guess probably more than 20 years ago, or if we're talking about having been a high school student in the 90s or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, and then our DM gave us super magical items in real life that have taken us to a foreign land, and we're all trying to figure out what that foreign land really is and how to cope with it. I mean, I think right now we're sort of in the honeymoon phase.
That's one thing I was thinking of. It's 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 pretty silly at the start of what we're hoping to be a long campaign here and say, okay, well, whose character's ready to go home?
Right.
How hard are we
Well,
hitting that plot thread?
I don't even know that our characters know that going home's an issue yet. I mean, like I
Mhm.
think we're still in sort of in the phase of like this is like day one in our
It is still day one.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah. It's been a long day.
And the fool is having the time of his life.
The time of his life.
So,
I
like, the idea of going home hasn't even occurred to him yet.
absolutely.
He got to ride a motorcycle and joust
Hmm.
at the same time
At the same time. I mean, that's living the dream right there.
and
yeah,
has an electric
otherwise,
guitar that he can magically play.
I
What
mean,
more
kind
could
of
you
like
ask for?
what I was gonna say is kind of as far as everything else, like, obviously there's been things that have been going on that I think we had something our last session,
Mhm.
what's the name of Chew's characters?
Aemon, like Aemon
Aemon.
Amen.
Targaryen,
That's right, thank you.
but Hartwell.
Um Aemon Targaryen or sorry, Aemon.
Aemon, not a Targaryen Hartwell.
Yeah, Hartwell. Aemon Hartwell was having some personal things, and I think that's important.
Hmm.
But aside from that, we've just sort of been bumbling around like the fool.
Hmm. And that's one thing that's nice is since Jonathan isn't here, then I don't have to contend with him for what actually happened, what's going on there. He had a
Not until next time.
not until next time, yeah. It's there was an existential power struggle over the plot, which was, quite thrilling, in the sense that it looks like something strange might have happened between Eamon and Garion, my character, before the events of the show that we are still exploring and are still unfolding. Um, the hopefully apparent heavy implication is that this is not Garion's first experience of going to and playing die, which is something we'll be looking into going forward. Um, so yeah, so there's that. Which also for last time, uh, we're gonna start with what Peter's character was doing uh, last time. So we're going to have some truncated introductions. Going to quickly pass out the dice to Peter gets his D10 and Jonathan's D8 is present. Jonathan is absent. We've got our D4 whose wielder is dead. The D12 wielded by Garion, and then this normal, absolutely nothing wrong with it, D6, which of course belongs to our fool, Alan Miss. No, why did I almost say Mistwell? That's odd. Alan Spector. And then lastly, mine is the D20. So we are going to very slowly hold those in our hands, close our eyes, lower them down to the table in three,
And it's
two,
Alan Spectrum.
Spectrum. We're back to Spectrum?
Spectrum.
I thought you had
I
changed
like
it to
that
Spectre.
better.
Okay.
No, I think that's what got put in the notes, and I think I went with it, but no, I like Spectrum.
Spectrum. All right, Alan Spectrum.
Yeah, Alan Spectrum.
There we go. And so we're gonna take our die and we're going to close our eyes and slowly lower it to the table in three, two, one. Let go. And we're there. And someone is trying to call this computer, and I'm going to decline that because I don't want to talk to anyone else right now. We you know,
What?
declined a message from the
I
real
think you should
world.
just let them into the game and put them on the spot.
Goodness. Oh, it's like answering a phone call in the middle of English class or something. Like, hey, you want to talk to my professor? No, thank you.
Hey, you're
Yeah,
currently being
yeah.
recorded right now. Would you like to continue this conversation?
There we go.
Right,
Yeah,
right. I'll give you
absolutely.
a character that you have to play.
They try to hang
You
up the
just
call.
became an NPC.
There we go. Oh, they try to sell us wireless internet. There you
Yeah,
go.
but it has a player, so it's not an NPC.
It's one of those, every other player is an NPC to every other player. It's a very weird relationship, but we manage it somehow. Um,
But
all right.
every other player is a player character.
I know it gets confusing. It's
Except if you're the GM and then they're all non-player characters. Doesn't
except
matter what they are.
well, and this time I'll be playing some non-player characters, so that's pretty paradoxical itself too. I feel like we are deep in the weeds here. Um,
Yes.
this the
Oh,
Isn't
remnants
that
of
where we
22.
always are?
It wouldn't be 22 panels without the weeds. That is for
That's
sure.
right.
Um, so Peter, how we had some communications in the gap between episodes as your character. One of your enhancements you took was access to a database of information about the world of Die. Did you want to play that as a scene or just kind of
I
recap
feel
a
like
couple
it's
things we
important to
learned?
play that out as some form of scene. Otherwise,
Okay,
you know,
all right,
to loop in any listeners on what's going on.
right. So to take us back in the moment, Alan is cheering and whooping as he is driving around on a motorcycle, having just dehorsed someone uh, with a jousting lance. Um, Eamon is locked. This is actually quite fitting that Eamon is locked in a state of dream combat with a nightmare version of himself. And the world slowly comes to a pause as a video game pause screen appears on Lex's heads-up display of her Neo glasses, and the whole world is
No, no, no,
you
no.
can now navigate something that says
Hell,
resume options or quit.
I'm gonna make adjustment. It's not a pause screen because
Uh-huh.
when you're in live action, nothing ever is
Twist it.
paused.
Okay. Oh, right, right. So it's
It's just a menu screen that pops up.
So it's the Dark Souls pause screen where things are still around you, they can still hit you, but you're now deep in your inventory and you look like you're just staring off into the distance.
Yep.
So while all of the events of last episode were happening, this is what Lex learned.
Dark Souls and or Monster Hunter Wilds. Both of those
Oh
are
yeah,
pause screen.
there we go. Love Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter's going to come up as soon as we get to this next side.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Um,
hunt some monsters.
yeah.
Tell us later. Oh.
Heck yeah. We're getting, it's one of those where it's like I can't play Monster Hunter Wilds yet because I don't have a PS5, so we're just gonna have to play it at home. Make it up with dice.
Oh, sorry, Phil. I would love to play Monster Hunter Wilds with you if you ever get a PS5.
It's one of these days. One of these days.
I can't play my baseball game anymore because it's only on PS5.
You
Oh
can't play
no.
the new iteration of your baseball game.
Yes, yes, but
I
it's
wanna
got
make
some of the
sure
players that
that
I
we are
want.
very clear on
Yes,
this.
that's true. That's true.
There
That's
are still
true.
baseball
But it's
games.
but it's got Cool Papa Bell, and it's got
I
Oscar
very much
Charleston.
understand, and when there is an opportunity for you to get a PS5, I hope you can get one. But
But yes, you are correct. I can still play baseball. I have three old baseball games on my PS4.
yeah,
And
and I'm not trying to downplay your plight. I'm just
Well, no, and it's not a horrible plight. I very quickly was able to go $500 for a PS5 plus $100 for the version of the game that I want.
mhm,
No, thank you.
yep,
the
Particularly because I just don't play enough other games.
it's hard.
you're
It's a
at
hard
least a
expense to justify.
little bit ahead of me on that curve.
Well, this is where to stay ahead of that curve, I would remind any dear listeners, if you're thinking about becoming a Patreon member, I believe there is a
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
PS5 for Tad subscription tier that if it's not there, it should be shortly.
Well, there is an option to give whatever you want. So
Give
yeah.
whatever you want. You
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. I
you
like this
just
idea.
I'm just
Phil,
saying.
you're
Uh,
brilliant.
I'm
to
just
be
saying.
very clear, give whatever you want could just be, buy a PS5 and send it to Tad.
There you
Oh,
That,
go.
and
yeah,
buy another
hey, yeah.
PS5 and send it to Tad so we can send it to Phil.
There we go. And
Well,
we're
and
starting
then
out.
just because we don't want to leave him out, buy a PS5 for Tyler.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure Tyler's would like a PS5 too.
Yeah,
That's
I don't even know if he knows that he wants a PS5, but if we all have PS5s,
I
he'd
think
Wow.
probably want a
I
PS5.
think if it
Oh, and
showed up
while
on
you're
his
at it, you
doorstep
can also buy all the games we want.
I mean, we would not argue.
You
for these
don't need to buy any
hypothetical
games. I'm
these
doing
hype
good on video games at the moment.
clearly clearly Peter has access to some skills that we don't, and that's enabled him to enjoy the luxuries of a PS5.
Well, and also he plays enough games that it's a worthwhile
There you go.
investment
See,
for him.
and speaking of
That's a point,
investments,
bro.
that's the real skill is being able to turn that into a business expense. That's how you know we've the 22 panels has made it
Oh,
big time.
God.
Once you can
Oh, I
find a way to
hadn't
write
thought
those
about
off.
this. So yes, you definitely need to do this level that involves this game because then that's documentation for the IRS.
There we go. The IRS is still
Yeah,
taking documentation these days.
No. I mean, yes, but they don't have anybody there to check it.
I was about to say we could
yeah.
we gotta
But they'll
we gotta
still
reel
they'll still
ourselves
tell
in.
you that you're, back on taxes and you need to pay
Well,
it.
I mean,
No,
more
I'm
likely they just won't manage to send out any returns, period.
Yep, we'll see how well those go. Those go in the next few
Right.
months. Thankfully,
Uh,
we can okay, so now to reel it back in, reeling it way
Yes,
back in.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
so it's
yes.
not a pause menu, it's an inventory screen. Peter's heads up
It's just an
on
option menu.
Lex's.
I mean, it's not
Yes,
necessarily
options
an
menu.
inventory screen,
Well, you
but
have an inventory screen and it doesn't have anything for you except for I guess your energy. Well, you don't have an energy weapon yet. So because we're still in the previous episode.
yeah.
But you do have database access and
Well,
so that's
what about the other item? I
the
think
other item.
there. Sorry, the light field projector.
Light. Oh, okay, yeah, you do have a light field projector in inventory. It's permanently equipped to you, so you can't even remove it from something. You couldn't take it off if you tried. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a fair gold to activate the oh. Well, we'll wait a second and then I'll spend the fair gold. So what does this menu look like? It seems like it would be very limited without, fair gold being spent.
well, the menu looks quite luxurious. It's in a black, red, white. It's got similar Stephanie Hans-esque design embellishments on this menu. So we've got a brilliant, tasteful palette on that
But
one.
in this really tasteful palette, are there like a bunch of like, locks over a bunch of like options? And when you scroll over it, it says paywall.
Yeah, there's paywalls everywhere. That's how they can afford to look so nice, apparently. Um,
Yep.
so yes,
And
it's
it,
certainly
it
one of those.
probably says something along the lines of to access this content, you need to pay one fair gold for the day.
That sounds like it's happening right there. So yeah, so you're unlocking the database, and then of course with that, even though it's an inventory menu, there is now a little 3D spinning top that you recognize as a 10-sided dice with a pair of googly eyes on it that says, I'm seeing you're trying to access the database. Would you like a little bit of help with that?"
Uh, I will say, uh, yeah, how do I access this database?
And that's where the paywall blinks and flashes and it says, "Please insert 1 Faragold now."
So Tenny is telling me to insert 1 Faragold.
Yes, Tenny is he's lost in the sauce. He sees that you have Faragold and he would do absolutely anything to get that into the system and flowing through.
By the way, Tenny is what we're calling the D10 with googly eyes.
Right. This is our our backwards, right. We talked about Clippy before the show. This is where you know our pregame conversation is coming back around.
Right. Clippy is now Tenny.
Clippy is now Tenny. Uh,
Um,
the paperclip is twisted into a wireframe D10, and Lex is receiving assistance with the Fairgold database full of
so
information.
so so how do I do that? I don't know what they call you yet. I'm just gonna pretend I'm in character.
Pretend you're in character. Okay, okay. So that means I have to be Tenny. I have to. Well, We'll see how high my voice goes. If it starts cracking and I go into Mickey territory, being a little cartoon character. But yeah, we could try. We could try to do this.
Oh, don't make it too high, because otherwise, like,
We'll
I'm
get feedback.
worried about it not being captured on
Of
audio.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But give it a little bit of razzle dazzle.
Okay. I see you're trying to access the database. Do you need some help with that?
Uh, I I think so. Like, there's a paywall here.
It's and this is where, dear listeners, once we're more on top of our game, we'll figure out the exact mechanics where a free hint system, but you have to pay for real knowledge. So yes, the
Well,
originators of
I
this
just
system, the fair.
figured I'd needed to activate the full AI just in general. So
We're still figuring that out, whether it's one gold per upgrade or whether just 1 gold activates your systems. I think it's 1 gold per upgrade. That makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, I think what I remember reading was it was 1 gold. You had to pay 1 gold per to activate each gift.
Okay.
So,
That makes
like, if
sense.
you wanted to upgrade or if you wanted access to like the light field projector, I've already paid the 1 gold for that today.
Right.
But for to activate like the whole idea of like why I was suggesting like we have all these paywalls
Hmm.
and make it like super limited, like to just, oh, you can see your inventory.
Hmm.
And maybe there's a bunch of things blocked out in the inventory, like you haven't you haven't gained this tier of access yet.
Hmm.
But like otherwise, like everything else is paywalled, right? Because
Right,
like
right.
we haven't paid the one fair gold for the day to
Right. Well, you don't even have the gifts yet. So if anything, it'd be like there you can see there are other tabs on your menu options, but
right.
those are grayed out. So you can't even access the tabs yet because you haven't received the fair gifts. So you can see that there's like 11 more possible slots for your equipment. But these are the joys of early on RPG. You can say, "Oh, look at all this equipment I'll be able to slap in there one day."
Yeah, they're just all question marks at the moment.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anyhow, so yeah, I would imagine this is where Tenny would like tell me, oh, like to open up like this, you need to pay 1 fair gold for the day.
Well, this is where I guess the first thing is we would need the question of what do you want to learn
Oh, I just meant to open up the full AI.
to open up the full AI? Yeah, yeah. So you gotta. I feel like we're going in circles here of lacking an actual mechanic, or I would say this would be real great if we had like the chocolate coins, and so then you could eat a chocolate coin, and we know that you've taken the fair gold.
Okay. So yeah, There's like no way to put like visuals on my screen of how much gold I have.
You have, well, now you're down to four because you had
Yeah.
six.
I'm down to
Right.
four. I have that
Down to
on my
four.
screen over here. So
Okay.
we're down to four.
Hmm.
Because I've now after Tenny was like, oh, okay, you have to like pay gold to act or pay one fair gold.
Hmm.
So I slotted a coin in behind my ear.
Hmm.
Um,
And you feel it drop like in an arcade, but you don't know where it goes because you don't really feel it from there. But there is definitely a
oh
spike
no,
of
I think I actually feel like the like
the
I
coin
have
like
a
rattle around
strange
through you.
like I have a strange like it just drops into like my body like I actually feel
Oh,
that, and
you're
then
you're
I also hear it like an arcade
okay.
token.
So it's like your body is full of plinko pegs and you feel it bounce slowly
Yeah,
down
and
through
it's
you.
weird because I still have like all my normal organs and stuff, and
Hmm.
like it's kind of like a second
Ooh, this is actually where I want to take a moment and remember that when Lex had her tragic accident, is that now you feel a like a singing from your wounded knee that you feel that with enough fair gold you could dance again.
Oh, that's tempting. Uh I subside this emotion for a second and okay, like now all the paywall or like a lot of the paywalls go down because we
Hmm.
all access full AI,
So
right?
now the database pops up before you, and so much information is flowing. It's like the trawl of the Matrix, only instead of green characters on a black background, they're red, shifting and changing. They're not even the UBT-16 that you recognize. These are strange, foreign
Oh,
characters that are
well, I may
from.
recognize them, but I don't think Lex recognizes them.
I don't even think you would recognize computing symbols
No,
from
no, no, no,
10,000 years
no.
in the
I mean,
future.
I would recognize the UBT. I meant,
You would. Fair, fair, fair,
yeah,
fair,
yeah, yeah. But
fair.
you're absolutely right. I
You're
would not
yeah.
recognize these strange
You
symbols.
you would wow, this is non-UBT symbols. This is some pretty advanced this advanced
But
system.
Lex wouldn't recognize even UBT. So
Right. This
he's
is where I'd
like, oh,
also
it's the Matrix.
this is
I
where I'd
got
also like to add a quick disclaimer that while we are talking about the Neo's AI capabilities, this is nothing like the AI that we have in our world today. This is actually, so right now we have electric computing and we're working towards quantum computing. This runs off of whatever the next step after quantum computing is, a hypothetical, undiscovered, unknown
this
system of
where
technology.
yeah, this works off of fair computing.
Fair computing. It has a Prometheum core engine. The works.
Prometheus core engine. Okay.
Hmm. I was trying to, like, a
I'm
core off
just
it.
playing around with you.
No, you're
It
fine. You're
works.
fine. The urge to explain my joke is flowing through me constantly.
Anyhow, so the Tad is wearing his turtle as a hat. How nice.
I like the weight on top of my head sometimes.
Um,
It would be akin to the weight of a motorcycle
so
jousting helmet that your character's wearing. So it's apt. He's full method right now.
so the first thing that I meant to say before Lex put in the coin was
Hmm.
fucking paywalls.
Fucking paywalls.
Just cause, you know, paywalls suck. You get that a lot, and it's
Hmm.
like as a gamer, and I'm sure Lex might was probably also a gamer. I'll make that, canon.
Good to know that even in the future, misinformation remains free while the truth costs.
Right. Well, something costs.
Something costs. We're hoping this is truth behind this paywall.
Um, Obviously the system comes up and then she's like, ah, what the heck is this? And like, we get the like SQL or the query showing up where it's like,
Hmm.
please enter query. And she's like, I don't know how to do a query like this. What is this? And she types in some basic because maybe she's learned like the very base of SQL. She does like select star from table,
From
uh,
table. And then
limit 10.
with that limit 10, wow, okay. I would say take off the 10 the limit there, because then select all table. That would then say there are oh,
No, no.
7.2 billion tables within this database. And so it's
I
again,
mean,
it's
like it should come back error because table shouldn't be the name of anything.
no, but it's grabbing every table object. So that's why it's just giving you one
Oh,
entry for every single table that's within this system. And so that's where there's billions of tables. So you
but
just get a sense
when
of
you
the
when you talk about
vastness.
every table object, it starts
Uh-huh.
describing like the height and width of actual like tables.
There is indeed a table where every entry is a description of the measurement of every table within the world of die. So, this is truly all of the information you could ever need, but so much that you can't find what you want, without
Yeah,
the help of Tenny, who then spins up and says, "So I see you selected all table objects. Did you mean to select something from a table?" And this is where Lex gets coached a tiny bit on how to, with the aid of Tenny, put together something that will actually be, it's funny. Tenny,
no, 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 no,
no.
no, 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 no. We're not gonna have Tenny teaching Lex how to run SQL.
Tenny's gonna get 5 o'clock shadow and a cigarette hanging out of his non-existent mouth,
Tenny's
and just
gonna be like,
bags under his cartoon eyes.
Tenny's gonna be like, what, what did you wanna like, query?
He just sighs and said, "Just tell me what you want to know, and I'll figure it out for you."
He doesn't need a sigh. He just needs to be like, he needs to be super positive. Like,
Right,
what did
right,
you want to query?
right. Tenny is the antithesis of a tired programmer. I think you would appreciate this joke. A friend of mine at work says that when dealing with clients, the this is a joke only for me and one other person who doesn't listen to this podcast, but he says clients come to us and they say, "I don't know what I want, but make computer do what I want." And I feel like
Yep.
Lex is in the other end of
No,
that
no,
situation
I
right
get that
now.
joke.
I totally get that joke.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'll let Josh know
That's been the
he
story
kills
of customer. This has been the story of IT since like the beginning of IT.
since
This
things
is
were really cool.
actually specifically why Apple exists
Hmm.
I have been building
because
out. Go ahead. Sorry.
they realized that if they built the machine that did pretty much everything, even though it did way more than the person who said, "I don't know what I want, please make machine do what I want,"
Hmm.
needed it to do, they would pay a premium for the fact that they didn't have to think about whether or not it would do what they needed it to do.
Right.
That
Hmm.
is exactly Apple's market.
Right.
Hmm.
So I I have taken a lot of time just sort of describing the AI and sort of hashing that out on air. Just because
That's okay.
I think it's good to sort of set up what this NPC should be like, because that's
Hmm.
essentially what this is. Um, but I'm glad we're there. We'll start. She's Lex is like, what? I need to query you, like ask you questions.
Yes, I love questions, please.
Okay. Where, where are we? Like, we're in this world. I don't know what this world is. I mean, it's fascinating. It's definitely interesting. But is this an acid trip?
No, I regret to inform you that this is your physical reality. You are currently located on side 19 of the planet Die. And that's when a little 3D D20 floats up above you, and you see like a little line going from the side of 1 over to the side of 19, and 19 is blinking, and you get, sort of a an incomplete map where everywhere you haven't been is dark, but these 2 squares you have been to are populated.
Triangles. 2 triangles.
2 triangles.
Sorry, you said 2 squares, and I
Oh, I'm so
being mean.
sorry. They are
I was
triangles.
being mean, Phil. I'm
No, no, please. When I can't tell my basic shapes and colors, that's when we're really in trouble.
no, you're all good.
That was part of my autism exam. Not the
Excellent.
shapes,
Shapes
the
and colors.
colors.
Oh, that's
Well, where it's
fascinating.
really hard is when you have to tell the color of the font, even though
Mm.
the font is spelling out a different color.
Oh, yeah, that does seem tricky. I think I've seen that before.
So I'm absolutely not on an acid trip, is what you're telling me?
That's what I'm telling you is that and Tenny then projects in front of you the word green in red font and says that no, this is not an acid trip.
She gives a baffled look at this word green and red font.
Hmm.
And she kind of looks at it and says, This isn't the physical world, though. I mean, how could it be?"
Die is an alternate reality composed of history and fictions that's absorbed from your world as it is fed upon your reality since the early 20th century or late 19th century. My apologies.
That why this place is so real and yet so strangely different from the real world?
Oh, I realize you're reading things
You
that you had
are
said to
perfectly
me. I
fine.
didn't have my lines up. Oh no, line.
Fine, fine.
Right, and this is where over text Peter and I had some fun. And the output was assumed context, reality-based, interfaced, physiological state, normal, in parentheses, sober, statement string, no, this is real, inquiry, reality state, scope, world, composition, promethium, metamagical realism, coefficient 3.752i, interface, physical, location 19, source, redacted, statement string, the world is built from the fictions of your world. And then Oh, yep. Okay. And then you hadn't asked your third question yet.
Hmm. So this is a world built on the fictions of our world, and that's how this world comes together into a reality?
Yes, it is a place where that is built from desires meant to feed you what you have always wanted. It is a place to explore uh, desire and fantasy in equal proportions.
So are me and Eamon and Alan all experiencing like the same reality here, or are we experiencing different realities since it's based off of our uh, wants and wishes?
And that's where Tenny's eyes go red with white exclamation points, and he says, "Error. Query lacks philosophical context. What is your general philosophical background?"
I'll get back to you on that.
Do you have any further questions within this query? And then that's where you can feel the burning of another fair gold, for you to drop in through your internal Plinko chips, um, as you realize that this is a 1 gold per line of inquiry system.
Uh, I'll think for a moment as I casually, without really thinking about it, take one of my fair gold and like plunk it into my ear, as if it's just natural habit, which is something that like, uh, addiction might look like.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm down to 3 fair gold.
Hmm.
Um, and then I will be like, well, I guess I just spent the fair gold, so I should ask something. How is Alan doing what he's doing? I mean, like that motorcycle just came out of nowhere.
That is perfect. Okay, so that's where you see that. So last time Alan had, using his ability Fool's Prep, asked for a motorcycle and put a cross on his die to immediately receive it. He saw a motorcycle. He grabbed it, jumped atop, and rode off. What he didn't see behind that motorcycle was a kid who turned around and burst into tears, seeing that his motorbike speed away, it being, all the money he'd saved up for his 13th birthday. So there is now a crying child amidst if you're sitting in the audience and looking out towards where Eamon is fighting his dream self and sort of in the back around the arena, Cad
Does
is
that make it
still,
like a dirt bike if it's a 13-year-old? Sorry.
yeah, yeah, it's a dirt bike.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's in true Sir and Knight Riders
You okay
fashion.
with that, Tad?
Yes, I think
Yep.
that was what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, so it's
I
one of
just wanted
those
to
It's
make
not
where,
sure.
like a Harley.
All
It's
right,
like
sorry, I keep interrupting you,
yeah.
oh,
Phil.
you're fine.
Okay,
And
go
so
ahead,
he's
Phil.
he's still he's still doing popping wheelies and just sort of riding around in the outskirts of the arena. And there is, you now have like a sort of flashing quest beacon pointing you toward the crying child, so that you know where his, the the idea here being that when you use your abilities, yes, there are consequences. Um, there are still ways to remedy that, but we'll get to that in a minute. Um, so yeah, so Lex now has the information that
Lex,
there's a kid missing their motorbike.
Lex suddenly takes in everything she just learned and feels crushed as she looks at this poor child whose motorbike just got lifted from her friend and companion from a different world. And we'll head over that direction. But if there's something you want to do with Tad, I mean, I don't know if like
Well, I guess I would ask, I mean, did you want to talk to the kid, or did you want to talk to Alan to say, hey, give that bike back?
uh I wanted to first go console the kid. I imagine
Okay,
getting a track of Alan is going to be a real hard thing to do when he's just,
fair.
you know, zipping around on a motorbike and I don't
Mhm.
have any sort of vehicle.
Have I finished jousting?
Yeah, you jousted someone, and then my thought was, you were popping wheelies. Yeah, I don't think you saw the kid. Like that's the thing, is you just saw the motorbike there and jumped it.
No, no. I was just I wanted to know where I was at.
Right.
So yeah, I go over to the kid. I say, is that your motorbike?
The kid's like, yeah. He's trying to act tough, but he's dismayed that his bike is in the hands of a fool. Um,
I I look around and see if there's any other like more modern technology because like this Ren Fair,
ooh,
like when I got here, this Ren Fair looked like it was just
medieval.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say there's definitely other dirt bikes. You're now noticing that some of the food stands have iPads at their kiosks. So they have modern POS systems in their interfaces. Um, so there's an element of technology here that you could interface with, but it's not anything extensive.
So well, uh, I mean, do you want it back?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, and this is where you see actually when you say that he looks off into the distance. There's a fire in his eyes, and he's like, "It is now my life's mission to reclaim this motorbike, and I will stop at nothing until I have vengeance." Um, so yeah, the only thing he wants is the bike. He wants the bike back.
Well,
Please tell me when it's my turn.
You can, yeah, I mean, if you're tired of popping wheelies and you wanna come over here, like you
you
see
can
Lex,
take
you can.
you can take a turn whenever you want. I've
Yeah,
been going
Oh,
for
absolutely.
okay.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want
for
no,
a
you want to
while.
ride over, you see us
I
talking,
would
you
have
can ride
popped
on
a
over.
few wheelies and then I
Uh-huh.
would have been riding over to where Alex was
Hmm.
going. That was
There you go.
awesome.
Also, I mean, sorry, just to step for a second, because we're on a Zoom and we don't exactly have a some turn order or anything like that.
Hmm.
Is there like a method that we want to talk about using? And I mean, this is
Oh,
just for like, hey, I'd like a turn. Like, I mean, we could put up a reaction of some sort and just be
yeah.
like, raise our hand. And
Someone could, you
I
know,
mean, you could do that, or
wave in the
even do
Zoom,
like if you didn't want to like have
hold up
uh
your camera
you
on.
didn't
Yeah.
want to have your hand
Mhm.
up forever, we could do this.
Right.
And then I don't know. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I would have bored of wheelies relatively quickly and come
Uh-huh.
back to what was going on.
Yeah.
I may have been there when Peter found out the character was
Hmm.
upset, but if I wasn't there at that moment, I would
Hmm.
have been there soon after.
All right. Yeah,
Well,
I think while we're still figuring it out, I think either like a wave in the chat or a hand wave or even holding up an item. I was actually thinking if there's a moment where I want someone to respond, I might like hold up their die specifically. But yeah, 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 come on in. If you'd ride on over, then
I
you head
mean,
on over. You
like
see the kid. Kid starts mean mugging you and is like,
as 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 the game master, you should always feel free to like even vocally call people out and be like, "Hey, what
okay,
are you doing at this moment?"
Because I
absolutely.
would I literally didn't know that it was a place where I could be involved yet. So
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
my
No, no, no.
bad
This
And
is a
on the flip
a good
side,
time to bring you in.
I think for Tad, like yeah, making step you can vocally step in for a second, but if you want to be less, because obviously we're an audio platform, less
Hmm.
Right.
intrusive to the audio, maybe a good idea is just to you
Throw
can
something
physically
in
raise
the
your
chat
hand
or raise
and
a hand.
yeah, in the chat if you don't want to keep your hand up forever, you can raise the little yellow hand.
Speaking of which, since we're
Hmm.
out of game, or slightly out of game at the moment,
Hmm.
Phil, I
Sorry.
dumped some
Yes.
stuff in the chat that I think could be helpful for you with
Okay.
Peter's AI. I put it to you right now because I didn't know if you
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to share with Peter or if you wanted to have it be
Oh.
background on.
I will definitely check those out for sure. Because I've heard
Well,
of
it's actually all one
uh-huh.
thing.
Oh, okay.
I went
It's all
from
one thing.
giving the name to giving the description to going,
Um,
oh, the digital copy is cheap. I am buying it and throwing it in the Google Drive.
oh, thank you. There we go.
So I
I'd heard it
may
was a
have
good one.
purchased a comic from Vault Comics while we were on air here.
I think there we go. Any listeners, if you also want to purchase comics from Vault Comics, it's just as easy. We're not
You
being paid by
should.
Vault.
There are some of them. This was on sale at 33% off. I don't
Oh,
know if that's
wow.
a site-wide sale or.
There we go. Act now. Whenever you're listening, it's never a bad time to buy from Vault. Vault,
And
please.
Vault sells DRM free digital comics through their website.
yeah, and
Yeah.
to any listeners we have, I know that this may seem like we're very jaunted going in and out of game, and I think that's pretty semi-normal for
Yeah,
some
I
games.
do actually think that's normal for a lot of role playing, which is why, I mean, kind of the decision I made was that while I was going to let Phil mostly run the show, I wanted this more to be like listening in on your friend's gaming session
Yeah,
than the carefully put together dynamic experience of some of the other
Oh, yeah.
game
Yeah, yeah,
podcasts.
definitely. No,
I
definitely.
think I think what we bring to the table in raw, uncut, one take is a homebrew type of charm,
Yeah.
where we follow those tangents and yes, at to speak of the prep activity that I threw at the group that is certainly ongoing is asking about the Aristotelian elements of tragedy, and personally, I rank plot quite low. I enjoy pretty much everything else as opposed to the story that's going on. I need everything else in play. The story's last. So we're
Right.
keeping with that.
Oh, you're
That's
gonna
right.
hate me then because
We
I
will meander.
absolutely hate it when, plot takes forever.
Well, that's why I'm also trying to think of how to interface with each of our characters. I know, quite frankly, Tad is always going to have a good time, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why the fool is
Don't
so
I'm
perfect
worry.
for him.
easy.
Um,
Yeah,
but I've got a
uh,
story for you. We'll
yeah,
get
it's all
there.
good. Um, yeah, so
So Alan wrote up,
Alan wrote
and
up, and here I am talking to this kid, and I'll say, well, what are you gonna do about it? I mean, he's right here, right now. Like, is there something you want
um,
to tell him? I mean,
who would I mean this kid is like
also, by the way, I'm Lex. What's your name?
oh crap.
You want me
This
to go pull up a
kid's
random name generator?
I mean, I'm right now getting stared down by Carolyn Cash. The kid's name is Cash. Um, so yeah, the kid's name is Cash. His fists are balled up. He is just staring at Alan with like sniffles and tears welling up in his eyes, and like it's everything he can do to not run away in fear from this scary adult who just rode off on his motorbike and now rode up on it. And he does not know what to say.
Uh, I'm, I, I imagine I'm, have my hand on this kid's shoulder, and
Mhm,
I'm trying to like provide some sort of mental support as he does this interaction with Alan.
mhm.
Um, is the kid gonna say anything to Alan, or is he just really balled up at the moment?
I think if anything, he might like mutter like, "Hey, that's my bike," just like under his breath, like the most socially awkward and scared kid of like does not know how to handle conflict.
Oh, oh, I'm sorry. Well, like, thanks for lending it to me, man. Did you see what I did? That was awesome. I can try to teach you how if you want. And I give him back the
Mm,
bike and the 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 I give him
Lance.
the lance. Yes, that thing.
ooh. Would you, Alan, do me a favor? Just roll just your fool die.
Just my fool die.
Just your fool die.
3.
Three, awesome. So with that, actually, when you hand the bike back to Cash, he immediately jumps on and he's like, "Oh, wow. I think you warmed it up or something. Thanks, man." And he zooms off and does the first wheelie ever. So what you did by acting kindly and returning the bike in good condition without damaging it is that a little bit of your good luck and charm has worn off on it. So now the kid rides off knowing how to do wheelies when he didn't know before.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's my question. Since that was also a circle, I'm now
Hmm.
erasing all of my circles and adding an X, or all but one of
Uh,
my circles and adding an
no,
X.
no, we're going to erase everything and you just have one circle on there now. And actually, if you
Okay,
leave it on the three, uh,
leave it on the 3.
leave it on the three. So
Okay.
yep. So there you go. So I mean, you used a piece of good luck, and that actually cleared up a piece of bad luck for you. So yeah, so that's kind of the thought that I'm having with your fool's prep is the idea that yeah,
And
you
I
can.
totally failed. I should have gone. I like to ride your bicycle. I like to ride your bike, and you're my best friend.
And you don't like Star Wars, or is that a different Queen song?
Maybe, but I would never sing that line.
Exactly. All right, so the two of
And,
you.
and all as he rides off, I
Mhm.
go, "We
Yeah,
will rock you."
by the way, that moment of silence, which because I didn't hear it, I assume our
Yeah,
uh viewers didn't either, was doing the clapping
it
for
was
before that.
stomp,
It
stomp,
didn't manage
clap.
to come through the mic. Yeah,
Stomp, stomp, clap.
I tried to do
Right?
but it
We
didn't.
can't hear that.
The
You're
noise
you're
canceling must be
Clap.
picking it up.
it's your professional mic or something. I don't
Right,
know, but
right. I'm gonna
yeah.
have to. I am already thinking about the fact that I might have to turn on my ability to use audio from my computer in share
Mm,
screen to
interesting.
occasionally like throw stuff in. I actually, this is also like this is how my autistic mind works during game. I
Hmm.
have discovered that Humble Bundle currently has a music making bundle that includes
Ooh,
various instruments so that I could like compose and make things.
wow. So you'll have like
Um,
a mini xylophone or and like
The electric guitar that I have.
wow, that would be fun. That would be pretty exciting.
So I'm not guaranteeing that because,
Hmm.
I don't know how to use any of that software and
Hmm.
I go off in a million directions at once. So who knows when I'll learn how to use that software. But in the context of playing this game, I wound up finding that software and going,
There you go.
Lex Lex looks over at sorry, I'm still remembering Alan, and she says,
Hmm.
"You should be more aware of things." She knows that
or
this is
aware of what?
and I don't know, you just stole that kid's bike.
I just saved our asses. We are the
Oh
champions,
boy,
my friends.
She just
Alan is now.
shakes this off and looks over at Eamon and yeah, I imagine Eamon's still in his
So this is,
state.
I would say now that Eamon's flashback sequence is wrapping up, and Toasty has walked over toward him to congratulate him on his victory. They have their moment. So I wanted it to also be clear that
No,
that I can.
Toasty's
before it wraps
back.
up, I want to be looking at Eamon and be like, "Oh, that's so strange," and then I'll be like, "Hey, what's going on with Eamon over there?" And just have a weird conversation with Alan about it.
There you go. Yeah. So you're looking
Okay.
at. I was going to say, Tad, this moment that you don't remember from last time, you didn't hear, so you don't have to worry about not being able to remember it.
Cool,
Um,
cool.
Yeah, but this is
That's always advantageous.
it really is. It's a moment of interaction between Toasty and Eamon there. Um, and this will be honestly, so we're if y'all don't mind, I think we're closing in on towards the end of this episode, because then we'll need Jonathan here to see how his immediate reaction. We can say he's wandering with us, kind of in a stupor. He's in what I would call watcher mode, where he's gone nonverbal and is still reeling in his head, considering what to say. As we're heading toward the next side. Um,
Okay.
Peter,
I
do you
do
want to keep
have
going?
one quick question. Is
Well,
Yes.
Toasty within?
I was literally asking Alan, like, what he thought was going on with
Oh,
Eamon.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe I'd get
Oh,
a quick answer on that, and then
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
maybe wrap up or
oh.
whatever.
And I go, something's going on with Eamon?
Oh, and I'll be like, I'll take your shoulder and point over at this Eamon in whatever pose he is while he's doing this, dream battle or spirit battle, however you want to say
Mhm.
it, before he finishes, and like, I mean. I don't know. It looks like he's having a spiritual experience or something.
That looks weird. Do you think I should go help him?
Maybe we can just start walking that way. And then that's when like he'll come out and
Mhm.
Toasty will come greet him. And
Okay, is Toasty
Mhm.
within earshot now?
You're walking towards them, but he's not in earshot yet. So I'd say you walk up to him right after he says his
finishes.
line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's his line? I missed
Uh,
it.
Oh, he
I
said,
think we missed it from last week.
mhm.
Yeah, I think that's fair that we don't know. We as characters don't know what
Oh,
we.
are we now? We're
For
pushing it off to next month.
we are so for listeners who listened last time, I believe what he said was Garion's not here right now.
Okay.
I don't remember if he said "Don't worry, just follow me," but I'd say that you all would hear "Don't worry, just follow me."
Okay,
Um,
since it's for next month and we know
mhm,
how little the fool keeps track of things, I just
right.
want to have somebody remind me
Hmm.
that the first thing I want to say is, Toasty, did you see that wild shit? And if he did, I want to say, that's worth a marshmallow, isn't it?
No, no. I mean, like, I feel like you can do that this month, and we can
Yeah, if he
wrap that
turns to
up.
you and he's,
Okay.
oh
Okay,
gosh,
then Toasty, did you see that wild shit? I was on a motorcycle with a lance and I won.
and Toasty just looks at you confused and he's like, "Do you think you're competing feats for more bites out of my head?"
Maybe.
Maybe. I think we need to have another conversation about
Doesn't it
friendship
grow back?
and attempting to eat your friends.
Doesn't it grow back?
Yes, but
Why is it so
slowly.
taste? Why is it so tasty if you're not supposed to share it?
This is, I think
I
now the, oh,
And
go ahead.
and and
uh,
and and and
I
and
just
at
want to make
this
a
at this
note.
point, Alan hangs his head.
I was just going to make a note that Lex will not really aware of what she's doing, slide a fair gold into her ear.
Okay. And now that buzz is alive, so your internal systems, what is Lex doing with that bit of fair gold?
Just experiencing it at the moment.
Experience, feeling the joys of Plinko, of
Yeah, I
internal machine
mean,
Plinko.
my intention is that, maybe next time to try to remember that I have a ability to ask a question, but
Hmm.
for now I'm not gonna worry about it. It's trying to
Oh, did
develop this character aspect of
Addiction.
mhm.
one that goes with
Oh, good, good, good. Um, and
of
now,
addiction. And since she has fair gold, she just
mhm.
doesn't even realize she's doing it.
Oh,
Kind of like
nice.
how sometimes you go in the kitchen. I don't know if
Uh-huh.
other people do this, but like I sometimes go in the kitchen and will like just go eat something, and it's like I'm not even
Hmm.
hungry. It's like, why did I do that? And I try to
Hmm.
catch
Yeah.
myself more
Yeah,
on it,
yeah.
but
I
I
do
do
that.
that.
But yeah. And just to because I liked this moment so much.
Or I'll go into the kitchen because I need to let the dog out, and because I'm in the kitchen, it's like, oh, I need to eat something.
I
right.
opened the fridge. I deserve a treat. Um,
Right.
yeah. And this is where once again, as you walk out of side 19 and towards side 3, then the illusion of nights fade and the monsters come up from underground, the ghosts of the story beneath the tournament, and they are hungry and they wish to feed. And this is where we'll share with the audience. It doesn't matter whether the players know this or not, but for the audience, they see beneath that
The red
redacted
lines,
symbol.
like if like I was watching the red like script going up, does
Hmm.
it sort of like is there like little weird images of like hands sort of like pulling into existence, like but I don't really notice it because like I'm not really
Hmm.
paying attention to it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just mean like it'd be a cool visual effect to think about, like there's like this sort of like red things going on my screen, and like all of a sudden
Hmm.
like these sort of hands rise to like represent
Yeah.
uh
I
so,
like that. Yeah, so there's something behind the code that is
right.
that is pulling the strings. And in that packet of the redacted source, you see location 19, source.detail, Night Riders, Being John Malkovich, Pokemon Silver, The Filth, Dungeon Meshi, and Elden Ring. Ominous as you leave this phase, and then it drops it just deletes. And that's the end of the episode for this time. Um, I had uh, I had a couple of I have everything we need for next time ready. I just wanted Jonathan to be back with us, if
Definitely.
that's okay with y'all.
No, it
That
makes
makes
sense.
Yeah,
sense to me.
Is there anything
yeah.
else you need from us for this session?
I don't think so. I think we're ready to say goodbye to everyone as we recollect our dice through the screens. And actually, my wife, while she was out thrifting, found this adorable little case that is capped with a tortoise shell.
Nice.
So where the game lives when we are not playing it is in a little canister in a tortoise shell.
Oh, nice.
Jobs!
Um, so great.
We could probably hit the recording there.
Shoot, I was gonna ask a question before we ended, but I'm trying to remember what it was.
Well, were
Oh,
we doing stars and wishes before while we were recording?
we can.
Yeah, we can do
I
Star
thought
Wars.
we were adding that.
Yeah,
We should. I mean,
I'm happy to add stars and wishes.
yeah. You
My
wanna?
star is Phil for
Oh,
being like ridiculously able to adapt on the fly to the crazy different things that he winds up getting based on schedules and preparedness of us players.
thank
Yeah,
you. I'm even broadcasting from an undisclosed, non-standard location this time.
yeah. I will. I will. Second that. My first star is definitely yeah. Phil, thanks so much for working with
Oh,
us on our schedules, and
thank
obviously,
you.
Uh, it's really nice to see that even when somebody has a last minute change, you can, swing with the punches. And I think we were somewhat prepared for not having to this session in general, but
Hmm.
um, because we were thinking we were going to do a bit of a rehash on the view of the other two people.
Hmm.
And I also want to say I think it's been great, on a star level of having that interaction between the two of us, sort of building out the whole AI character on audio. I know we
I
talked
enjoyed
about
that.
Thank
yeah,
you.
and sort of
I
like
mean, I know I was really quiet during that phase, and it was really just because I loved what you were doing. But as I also pointed out a little bit earlier, I was engaged
Hmm.
enough that I wound up giving Phil background to possibly wind up
yeah,
incorporating into that.
I think that's great.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I was super psyched about that, and I really enjoyed it as a session. I hope that I didn't take too much focus this session. Uh,
No, no, no. We'll you'll no, that was the goal is because I felt last time that I really had only prepped for what Eamon was doing. So I'm glad we got to move everyone's story forward a little bit. I'm so glad even that that you brought up hey what you know about the kid with the dirt bike because that was something that I kind of thought of over the gap between sessions too is the that I think is going to work well towards pushing Alan's character in interesting directions of
yeah, yeah. I'll be interested. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting to ask questions like, "Oh, how does that work?" Especially since we're in a world that, to our understanding, doesn't work whatsoever. So,
Mhm.
I think I'll probably try to ask questions like that, especially since the field that we decided was this world would die, and figuring
Mhm.
out how it works is probably something Lex would be interested in.
Right. And that's great because the way that I've been thinking, sort of the mental roles that everyone's occupying is that obviously Alan Tad is the comic relief and the I can see an arc in his character too of like just the fools the chaos that helps the story work and then I'll have to talk to Jonathan a little more how he feels and what he wants to do with Eamon, but at least with his mysterious past connections, he could be a like a very chosen one heroic figure. And then I'm seeing Lex and Peter as the detective or archaeologist even of, hey, you're the explorer, you want to learn about this world, you want to know everything that that's going on, and yeah, and hopefully we'll have plenty of that to unveil as we continue on. So yeah, I'm hoping next time to catch up pacing wise, we could possibly cover two sides because I've got plans for those next two, and then the one after that is going to be the climax of our first story arc.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, don't
Yeah.
overpush yourself.
Oh, I'm pushing. It's funny. We'll see how it plays out
Yeah,
with
no
everyone
worries.
talking. Yeah.
I just I'm like I definitely like having that sort of pace where it's like sort of like wherever we're going, like, and I've definitely enjoyed that as well. Like, and definitely like when we had the discussion of, oh, like let's come back here. And I know like you have this sort of timeline in your head, and I don't
Hmm.
want to necessarily hinder that, but I also want us to like, be able to like enjoy the game, and when
Oh
we
yeah.
reach a side, sort of be able to enjoy that side too.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no worries. However you want to do it, and I trust you.
Hmm.
We should go on to wishes really quick in case there's anything that
Yeah.
Tad or I wish for, or you wish for, Phil. Actually, Phil, first of all, did you have
Yeah.
any stars even?
Oh, yeah, I would give stars definitely to both of you because I felt like definitely had fun with the for Peter asking the question that reminded me of what to do with the dirt bike for Alan, and sort of uh you know give because it was interesting because I knew that um as soon as Tad realized there were consequences to Alan's actions, then he would want to act on it. So I'm glad you got the chance to, because the last thing I'd want to do is tell someone, well, your character did this, and so
Yeah, and
now.
and one of the things that immediately struck me was because Peter said, "Well, I don't think I'm going to ask Alan to give back his dirt bike. He's having fun with it." But I'm like
Mhm,
in my head, I'm like Alan like it goes from shiny object to shiny object, so like he
mhm,
did what he wanted to do with the dirt bike. He doesn't give a damn if he has it beyond this. He finds
right,
out that it belongs to somebody who's upset, it would be like, "Oh, dude, thank you. Let me pay you for this."
right. It's sort of the again to touch on things. It's like uh your character's a little bit like Mr. Magoo like
Yes.
in that bumbling from thing to
Mhm.
thing, but not a hurtful bone in his body.
Right,
Yeah.
right. One last quick star.
Mm,
I'm going to say the game itself because my autistic brain pulls
mm,
stuff from all other places, and the game is set up so that I can go, oh, they're talking about something that has source material
mhm,
and that we don't even know about, but I can send it to Phil and it
mhm.
can become source material for this because that's how the game is set up. It's not
Absolutely.
rigid, this is how the game works. It's like, oh, dude, there's a comic for this. Now it's
Right.
part of the game. There's a movie for this. Now it's part of the game.
Absolutely. I love that aspect of the game too, in that what there's actually literally a like a line in the book where someone's there where there's like a question of like a, hey, this is just a suggestion for how to do it. Make up your own rules. We're not going to come to your house and beat you up.
Right.
Like it's and I absolutely love and appreciate that because a lot of my early interactions and experiences with role playing games and D&D is that rules first and rules heavy of like, well, hey, I need directions to follow because every other game I've played has directions to follow, and for this
Right.
one, saying,
And
oh,
that's sometimes my
suggestions.
challenge with playing other role-playing games is like I
Hmm.
spend some time trying to learn the rules and whatnot, but it's why I said that like I don't like Magic because there's
Hmm.
too many rules.
Goodness.
I don't care enough
Hmm.
to learn the rules to use Magic well. So I make
Supposedly,
myself
Oh, you mean
non-Magic
Magic in the
characters.
game? I thought you were talking about Magic the Gathering, which
No,
also.
I
well,
no, I meant like the reason why when I'm playing
Hmm.
D&D or Pathfinder, I very rarely
Hmm.
use characters that have spells is
Hmm.
because like spells involve more rules. I want the
Hmm.
least rules to apply to me as humanly possible.
Hmm.
I don't know. You did pretty well as the alchemist when you played that.
I know I did,
Uh,
but
but if you're not enjoying it, I get it. I
well,
don't know.
and I enjoyed it, and I've considered playing an alchemist again, but
Mm.
I think I'd only consider playing a Pathfinder alchemist because that's the one that I learned the rules for.
Well,
It
there's
was
no
enough.
the alchemist anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, it was enough effort that it's like, okay, I could see playing this type of character again. It's why when we started doing Pathfinder one shots, I'm like, I'll do it if I can be my exact same character again.
Yeah. No, that makes
I
sense.
don't feel like recreating a
Hmm.
character that took that level of,
Sure.
Hmm.
So
yeah,
we should probably move on to wishes just so that
wishes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
uh I don't know. Does anybody have any wishes? Let's start with that.
Um, I think my biggest wish is actually for myself to
Mm.
remember to, and I have to balance because I know that it can be distracting and disturbing to the game, but it's also like so much in character to
Hmm.
just occasionally like I feel like in terms of my character, at least once while you guys were doing that whole thing, I would have
Hmm.
buzzed by on the motorcycle and just like sung a snippet of something. And I think also because I didn't do that, it made me forget that I'm more of a musician in terms of doing the other stuff. So I initially told you what I was
Hmm.
going to do when I should have been singing what I was going to do.
Hmm.
That's
Does
okay.
that make sense?
Yeah,
A
that makes
little bit.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I know that I'm going to be finding that balance because I don't want to be
Hmm.
disruptive.
Hmm.
But I
I,
also think that at some point I would have heard something and like
hmm.
swung by and just done the like maybe just
Yeah,
vroom,
man.
you got mail.
Hmm.
I think it's hard because I don't even imagine Lex's talking like out loud to talk to
Right,
Tiny.
right,
So
Hmm.
right. And that was kind of the balance that I did too, is that like it's only good for the recording if
Hmm.
it's
I mean, like
topical, but
if you
I'm
could
not
like
necessarily hearing what they're saying.
Mm. You know what and this is where it's very tough to remember to do stuff like that in the moment because that's like it's one of those where when I'm by myself and I amuse myself by doing different voices and while I've tried to bring elements of that to the podcast there's still it's difficult to in the moment be like all right do a voice for this
Right,
13-year-old
right,
kid and you're like
right.
ah crap like you said I don't want to go
yeah,
full
Also,
falsetto.
yeah, I'm still trying to develop a voice for Alan. I want
Hmm.
him to have a voice, and I don't
I
always
haven't
remember
figured
to
that
have
out
one, and
for
I
Lex
haven't.
either.
Right.
Yeah, it's tough.
I
It's
mean,
But
tough.
I think it's okay.
that's
But
another
it
thing that
is
I
tough.
like about the way, I mean, that's another star for me too, because the
Hmm.
way we're doing this is we're not so wrapped up in being perfect that it has to be
Hmm.
now, and we share ideas with each other, and we have this period at the end where it's like, oh
Hmm.
yeah, these are things we want to do, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, and I like totally welcome any ideas for my character. If anybody ever
Hmm.
thinks, oh, I think Alan might do something like this, or
Hmm.
I think Alan might be really into this band, or
Hmm.
whatever, I will go researching stuff or whatever, because like that's the type of geekdom that I get into.
Hmm.
Oh, you say that Alan's really into the Pet Shop Boys. I'm like, I
Hmm.
don't know the Pet Shop Boys very much, and I'll be listening to them all week.
Oh, well, here's a little piece of homework for you then. How does Alan feel about Nirvana? Because I feel like
Alan loves
Nirvana,
Nirvana.
Alan loves Nirvana. Okay, good.
Alan loves
Okay,
Nirvana.
nice.
I'm certain that Nirvana will make it come
Yeah.
as you are,
Well,
as you were. As I want you to be.
There we go. And so that is
Sit and drink
Yeah,
anywhere.
I guess also on Stars, I'm psyched about the whole monster hunting
mhm,
concept
mhm.
that you posed. I mean, I'm not sure how you're playing that, but
Well, I mean,
Find out.
I was more planning to. I could tell you, but if we want to just wrap the episode, to get any
I
spoilers
was
off.
just I was we don't have to get spoilers,
Uh-huh.
definitely. I was just saying that like the idea captivated me. So
Mm,
what we have planned, I'm sure it'll be great. I just
all right.
um wish
I.
it trying to think if there's any like again, I always get self-conscious and
Mhm,
if I'm spending too much of the limelight for any session. And I know like, we're kind of in a format where there's
mhm,
every session sort of has a limelight character. So
mhm.
I'm trying to get more
At least
comfortable
for now,
with
yeah.
that. Um,
I'm I'm I'll toss out that like I actually like that. My preferred way to play is
Mhm,
not to have to be front and center very much. I
mm,
prefer much more to be the supporting role, comic relief,
mhm.
than the one
well,
driving the
I
plot.
mean, I suspect at some point you're going to be the one in the seat
I'm
for
certain I'm certain that that will
Mhm.
session at
happen too,
least.
but at least for me, you never have to feel like you're stepping on me
Mhm.
because that's how I like to play.
Well, and my problem is like I have the duality of because I talked about it last time. Like if I do if I take too much of the limelight, like my flip side is that like on sessions where I don't have the limelight, if I feel like I'm not doing a lot, I
Mhm.
get bogged down in that too. So
No, I
it's
Yeah.
understand.
a delicate
Yeah, yeah,
balance
Yeah.
for me. And
yeah.
I think like sometimes I can perfectly be fine with like not doing a lot. I mean, in the most recent uh for our viewers, most of like the serious viewers already know I was in a uh, car incident about a week and a half ago.
Mhm.
Um, and in a recent D&D game, I kind of just like I was there and I participated, but I was not like I was perfectly okay with just taking my hands off the wheel and letting
Right, right.
and sort of just even pushing that like hey guys, I'm not going to be able to push you today. You guys gotta
Mhm.
haul
I do need to just clarify something for our listeners that no, there is not a video version of this anywhere. He just said the serious viewers. We don't have any viewers. Um, only
Sorry,
listeners.
listeners, I apologize.
Yeah, yeah.
My
You don't need
head
to
sometimes
apologize.
doesn't distinguish between
What we're doing and where how it will
audio.
be
Well,
played.
no,
I have that problem too.
it doesn't
I
even
would say,
distinguish between audio and visual. It's just
Oh yeah, yeah.
like it's just like okay, viewers, listeners. It's
mhm.
like if you're chatting with somebody by like typing versus talking, like, I have trouble with like distinguishing between saying
Yeah,
like,
Mhm.
oh, like, I hear you there, or it's like
right.
you don't
Versus,
actually hear
yeah.
anything, right?
No, no, I totally understand that. Among other things, more and more since I started the podcast, I've been calling individual comic books episodes rather than
Mm,
issues.
interesting.
Right. Yeah.
I
Um,
I would just add a caveat. Our only serious viewer is Matt Murdock due to his radar sense.
Oh, yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah. Matt definitely sees us.
Hmm.
oh, yeah. Ha 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 ha.
Do you
Sorry.
think
I'm
Matt
so
listens?
low
Because
energy
that
at
would
the
be
moment,
awesome.
but yeah, no, I
If
thought this
Matt is
was
one of my listeners, I've
Well,
I've
I mean,
accomplished all that
so
I
I
want
mean,
in the
if it's a
world in
right
fictional
one.
now
character,
isn't
of course he's a listener. Why wouldn't you?
What do you mean Matt Murdock is fictional?
Anyhow,
I've been
not
reading
going
his
into
true
this.
stories in Daredevil for 30
All right.
years now.
So yeah,
he's pretty
that would
spry
be
for a
my
60-year-old.
wishes. That I guess, I just
Hmm.
figure out how to become comfortable with that and or, make sure I'm feeling like I'm balancing it well. And it sounds like I'm
Yeah.
balancing it well, so it's just me kind of becoming more comfortable with it at this
Yeah.
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
as we get into the routine of, popping into the life of a character, once a month, um, that'll build with time. Which, on that note, my wish for this episode is that I I hope that the narrative continues to build, in interesting and exciting ways. Is that, it's I am now, for the first time, feeling that break between where I'm at with the story versus where the audience is with the story, even if that audience is the other players, and just trying to crank that out at the appropriate speed.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So this is your on the spot challenge, but you have time to hone it because we're going to keep doing this for a while. I
Mhm.
think that just like we handed it off from 22 panels to 22 panels no more, you have to hand it
Mm.
back at the end of the episode.
Okay. This has
Yeah.
been 22 panels no more. We will now be resuming 22 panels after the next page.
No, 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 no. You have to
No, I
actually hand
can't
it back to
hand it
22
back.
panels. I
Hand it.
still
Oh,
get,
I
you don't
see.
have a page.
Gotcha.
You're a role-playing guy.
Right, right.
Well,
Okay.
no, so he needs to say something else, and then you can say your end line after
That's
that.
Right.
right.
Okay.
But
This
Right,
so
is
right.
what would be like hand or see you after the next page? See you next session
um
or
Among other things, I've mostly figured it out, and I'll be fine-tuning it. I'm gonna
uh-huh.
say, and like Peter Parker, it's
Uh-huh.
never Spider-Man no more. So this has been 22 panels.
There we go. There we go. Excellent. So this has been 22 panels no more. Uh now gosh. Now we're gonna roll over to Tad.
And like Peter Parker, it's never 22 panels no more. So we will see you after the next page.
Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22 Panels Podcast.